Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're down here at James Nolland's shed and doing a bit of work on the 34. So when I was out at the track the other day, I had some dramas with the clutch. I was just having some engagement problems and fourth gear started to grind a bit, which is weird because for those of you who know, I've got a brand new gearbox in the 34. It's just sitting pretty, not really pretty when you look at the front bar, but kind of sitting here. Yeah, it's a brand new gearbox straight from Nissan. It's like a brand new genuine box, so when I was grinding in a fourth gear, I knew there was something kind of wrong with it. So we found when we went to go top up the clutch fluid and bleed some air out that there was actually a lot of air and little bits of metal shavings floating around in the clutch fluid. So either the master or the slave has, like, the internals of it have been damaged. There's James starting up behind us. Massive thanks to James, by the way. Most of you will be subscribed to him. If you haven't already, I'll put his channel down below so you can go subscribe to him. He's got some awesome videos going out. Being able to have the shed's an awesome thing, so he can always come down and do videos and stuff like that. So definitely check him out if you haven't already. But today, yeah, we're going to put on new clutch master and new clutch slave, all new Nissan bits. So we'll get this car up on the hoist, chuck those on, and should be hunky-dory. So these are the new bits that we've got. We've got a slave cylinder, all brand new, master cylinder as well, all brand new Nissan bits. Yeah. What we're going to be doing is bench bleeding all these before we put them in the car. As you would have known, it can bite you in the arse pretty quick. Bloody hell. So pretty much what we'll be doing is filling up the reservoir on the master, pretty much just pushing the rod in, and that'll just force the fluid out the bottom and fill it all up, and that'll get rid of all the air out of it. Yeah. Just makes things easier for us, because otherwise you get stuck on the car and you go through a bottle and a half of brake fluid just to bleed it up. I don't know how you went last time, but we went through a bottle and a half.
It goes quick, eh?
Oh yeah.
Like you think you have a lot, but then...
You look how small that is, and you wouldn't think it takes that much fluid, but it does when you're sucking it all through. So we're going to be reusing the GK Tech clutch line. So I've deleted all the hard line, put that in.
That's nice.
Yeah, it is a good line. I couldn't get another one brand new, they didn't have any there. So we're going to reuse that line, and once this is bled up, we'll connect the line and push more fluid through, just to push out all the nasties in the line. Yeah. Then try to bench bleed. I've never actually bench bled one of these, but it's pretty much the same thing, I would have thought. Just fill up that, push, and...
Shouldn't take much, eh?
Shouldn't take much, and it's just going to save a heap of time. At least then we can put it all back together, and it's like 2 bolts at the top, obviously the 2 studs on the firewall, that mounts up, and the 2 on the gearbox, and that's it. Done. So. And
we've got a hoist.
And we've got a hoist, so it makes things a lot easier.
So easy.
When you've got these crazy side skirts and they sit low, it's a nightmare to get under cars. Yeah. You can't even reach under when it's parked on the side of the road. So.
Yeah, it makes it difficult.
It does.
So yeah, let's get into it, eh?
Get stuck into it.
Pretty keen to have this thing back fixed again, and back out slaying on the road, chopping bloody Commodores, bloody
not on the road,
Civics.
Mate. Save it for the track.
Yeah, save it for the track. Yeah. Sorry, I get defected, so I don't know.
Yeah, this bloody illegal over here.
Yeah, I'm a legal street racer.
All the poisonous gases.
Yeah, all the... Oh, yeah, we won't talk. Cut it off there, cut it off there.
So I just crawled in the floor before, kind of like my legs up in the air, all over the place, doing some strange positions that you'll see on James's video. I didn't get it, but some really weird positions. So I crawled in underneath and disconnected the pin that connects the master to the clutch pedal. So coming off the back of the master, like you can see on this new one, there's a rod running off the back, and then your clutch pedal, kind of like my finger, that one's too fat, slides in between. And then you've got a pin that goes through and locks on, so as you're pushing on the pedal, that acts as a pivot point, and that's what engages the clutch master. Obviously, as that pushes in, fluid pushes out the bottom, goes down to your slave, pushes the pin out on the slave, engages your clutch fork. Really basic stuff. So I've got that pin out, which is reasonably easy. It's just one kind of locking pin that runs through. So you slide the pin out and then push the main cylinder out, which slides between 2 holes. Next thing, I've got 2 nuts on studs, which is down here on the master cylinder. Probably won't be able to see them too well, but same deal. If we look at the new one, that will be the position of them. So you've got one at the bottom, one at the top. You can get to both of these with an open-ended 12mm spanner. So pull those 2 off. This will slide off. Obviously now that it's released, it'll slide right off, no worries. And then from there, get the car up in the air, and we've got 2 bolts holding the slave to the gearbox. And then that all pulls out as one piece, and we can get to bench bleeding this one. So I don't know how well you can see it, but that's our clutch fluid, which is only a couple of months old, if that, maybe 3 or 4 months. And that is black with sparkles and all metal filings through it, so it's definitely not ideal. So we're going to pull this line off, and then that'll pretty much join those 2 bits. And then we'll get to bench bleeding that stuff up. We want to do all of that stuff bled out of the car so we can put it all back together, slap it back in there, and then it should be all good. So we'll pull all this stuff apart, get rid of all this old nasty fluid. It looks like this has got a little rubber boot that has to swap between the 2 as well. But once we swap that over, yeah, we'll just get to bleeding it. Love that. So, don't do me like that.
You're on proper like TV now with the film crew. The light, the camera, pretty much everything.
I mean, that's feeling kind of alright.
Nice.
So we're just pretty much checking for air, so you can see all those little air bubbles creeping their way out. That's all the extra air in the line, so we're trying to get all of that out, and that should improve his pedal feel. You can see a lot of air coming out of that. So that'll be right from the master down to the slave, all these little air bubbles. They'll keep working their way out, and then there'll be fluid that will follow that out. If we still got fluid in there, which we do. You can still see the fluid working its way down, just getting rid of all that air. So you can hear my clutch because it's squeaky as hell, but you can see as he's pushing, this pin's slowly working its way out, and that's the fluid kind of filling up that reservoir and getting the air out. So get him to pump it up a few more times, and then we'll let some more air off, and then it should keep getting better and better. Really?
I was like, how is that just happening? He's like, what do you mean? That always happens. I'm like, nah, man, that's rare.
Was it a brand new one?
Nah.
Yeah, if it's not brand new and it's already got like mostly bled, it'll be fine. Okay, so we've got our new master fitted in. Slave's just vibing down there with our clutch line. We spent, how long do you think?
Maybe like when you and I were doing it, or plus also James?
Plus James's time. We probably
like
spent
50 minutes.
Yeah,
It was
almost an hour of just bleeding, filling up, bleeding, until it was perfect. I just wanted to make sure it was 100% right. So just went over it more times than I really had to, just to make sure every single last bit of air was out. And now I'm finally happy with it. I'm really picky usually, so pedal feels great. Car should be nice now, nice to drive. Should be able to go a lot faster now because it won't feel like my clutch is engaged all the time. But yeah, massive thanks to James for the help and for the shed. Oh, well, for the shed again. Beats doing it on the floor, that's for sure. So that was awesome. This thing should be awesome again now. Should be happy days, eh?
You're not going to say you're going to link his YouTube.
I've covered that multiple
did?
times.
Okay.
Yeah, his
I was
YouTube's
like,
going to be
you're
right
not
at the
saying
top. No, it's all good. I know what I'm doing. Kinda. It's all good. Hopefully I won't ever have to do that again while I own the car. That's what I said last time I put all this stuff in, but you know, who knows? We'll have to wait and see. My hair's looking mint. It's been a long night. We're going to go home, have a feed, go to bed because it's been a long day. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video, drop a comment down below, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Deuces. Where's the button? Oh, that's not the button. I don't know what I just pressed. Okay, fucking stop.
You say you wanna cry, but you never